So the next challenge for iTech at each of these prospects is to drill them out along strike. So where we've drilled it so far, it essentially outcrops. So we've been able to find the mineralisation at surface. The challenge now is to drill those gaps where it goes undercover and to see how continuous that mineralisation is. And if we can show that we've got continuous mineralisation over kilometres of strike, then we can define economic ore bodies. So as you can see around me, when we're walking across the landscape trying to find mineralisation at Reynolds Range, once you get off of the few outcrops around, it's just generally flat landscape, so you wouldn't know where to go. With the advent of drone technology now, we've been able to, for the very first time, flow very detailed magnetics over here. So one of the features we find at Sabre and at Falchion is that there's a rock called a dolerite, which is slightly more magnetic than the other rocks, and that gives us a magnetic anomaly. And shear zones tend to concentrate along the margins of these dolerite dikes, and that's where you get the fluids come up that emplace the antimony and the gold mineralisation, and you get a lot of quartz veining associated with that. So that's a really good guide about where you might drill for further mineralisation. Since we've collected this magnetics, our strike rate for hitting mineralised rock samples has increased dramatically. I've got a built-in GPS in my tablet and I can follow directly where the structure is. Goes up this way. So this is a magnetic image, and I've got each of the mineralised prospects we've got here with antimony and gold. So we've got Sabre down in the southeast, Sabre north, Falchion and Lander. And what's really interesting to know is for the first time we're able to see that each one of these prospects lies on an individual structure. Now the scale here, that's about 1 kilometre across there. So each of these structures goes for about 3 to 4 kilometres. So I'll just zoom in on Falchion. So that's the prospect Falchion there. The 4 red dots are where we've just completed our drilling. So the mineralisation is along the edge of that linear magnetic structure. And we're sitting here where this cursor is. And where we're sitting here, we've got a quartz outcrop which has 1.5 grams per tonne gold in it. So we know that the mineralisation continues from this zone all the way along here. And I've actually been out and mapped further out, 800-900 metres out this way, and found further evidence of mineralisation in outcrop directly along that structure. So that structure being 3 or 4 kilometres long, there's a lot of area to explore just along that one structure. So it's a good sign that there are many more Falchions to be found in this area. So we're getting points of evidence or lines of evidence that allow us to map out directly on the ground where the mineralisation should be. So we've got rock chip samples, we've got the magnetic structure where those rock chip samples occur, and then we've got soil sampling. And where all of those three things coincide is where we've got good chances of getting buried mineralisation. So we use all of those lines of evidence to target our next drill holes. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our email list and to our YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss out on any upcoming news.